Hello and welcome back to Portugal Muse in central Portugal. I thought it's important to have Dave in this video because you've not seen Dave in a while, I don't think.
Too busy working.
So Dave's working on several projects. There's more than one house, isn't there?
Mm.
So Dave's quite busy. It's difficult to pin him down on a weekday evening. So it's the weekend, and we thought we'd catch up with you on where we've got to with plans for the house. So in last week's vlog, the first half of the video was showing you pictures of the house when we first bought it. And I've shown you pictures of the house before, just little bits, but I don't think you've seen all those pictures. And I think people were quite interested to see what the house looked like when we bought it, because we forget, don't we?
We forget. Well, we've not really done much in the last few years because we've been so busy.
Yeah.
But we've done a few bits and pieces that have made quite a difference.
Yeah.
It does look very different when you look back. You don't notice until you compare the pictures.
Yeah, it's only when you look back at like all that. When I saw the pictures of all the
Yeah.
rubble,
Yeah.
I realised like how much rubble the hood for the bread oven made.
And that other wall, the interior wall.
The interior walls made a lot of rubble, so there's a lot of mess, and you forget how much we've done. And I said in last week's video we're about halfway. What do you?
Not halfway. Maybe a fifth of the way.
A fifth. Okay.
But the good news is that we're soon going to be carrying on with the work properly.
Yeah.
To completion.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little bit soon, sort my knee out.
Yeah.
Recover from that and then finish it.
And then get some work done.
Yeah.
So the video last week was pictures of how the house used to look. And then I started doing some plans.
Very important plans.
Important plans. So we used the topographical survey, which I wouldn't have even known about this, but Dave was really savvy when we decided to move here.
You know what I'm like.
So, do you see like a dog with a bone?
Yes.
Dave's really particular about things.
That's experience of working inside a national park in North Wales. It's like you have to dot the I's and cross the T's on everything.
And they're very much like that here, aren't they? And it's mad how many people don't do stuff properly.
Do your research.
Yeah, anyway, we won't talk about that. But I did last week's plan times 3. So it's not that I've taken this topographical survey and times that by 3. I've times the measurements of the actual house.
By 3, yeah. Scale of 3.
To the scale of 3.
3 to 1.
Now, Dave said last week you want to times it by 4 or 5 because it's a better number to work with.
Well, it's easier to work back in multiples rather than a prime number.
Okay.
Because, it's easy to divide 4 or 5 into 100 centimetres.
So I noticed that changing
it's
the
much
plan.
Easier.
So I did, it's quite like, I don't know, cute. So these were the main...
I love this.
It's a bit babyish, but it doesn't matter.
It works.
It
Doesn't matter, it works.
So,
it's really good.
So this was the plan from last week. And this is the oven.
Of course, you could have done it on a laptop. It wouldn't be so much fun.
I could have done it using AI, which I'm probably going to do at some point. But I thought, actually, I like working with my hands. I was an art teacher. I was a designer. So I'm very much kinesthetic learner.
I don't know what that means. I've never heard that word before.
Kinesthetic means you need to feel and touch. So I'm very much a visual learner and a kinesthetic learner.
Okay.
Anyway, that's education, blah, 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 blah. So we worked out the layout, didn't we, that we wanted.
I think it's good to try out different layouts, and this way you can see
how we want stuff.
Do you want to wait for them to stop?
Oh. I think it was a cyclist.
I think car was. Just it'll really notice on the video.
Yeah.
Go on for about half an hour now.
They'll keep going.
Shall I shout at them?
No. You just have to wait for them to stop being so cross.
Right, okay, go on then.
So this was a nice thing to play about with in terms of, we'd had the conversation of, does the kitchen even have to be there? Would you want the kitchen this side where there's windows, because there's obviously no windows this side? But we're so used to it, we've decided that that's what we want.
I think
right?
it's nice to have the windows by the couch as well, and it's easier for a kitchen if you can tile along the wall for a backsplash. If you haven't got windows in the way, it actually makes the kitchen easier.
The kitchen's
Apart
easier.
from where the sink is, it's always nice to have a sink by a window. I don't know why that is, but it just is. It's just one of them things.
Yeah. So we've worked on that this week. The main thing that we left you with last week was where we put the stairs. So the yellow block, or the yellow shape, indicates the space required for the landing and the stairs. So the hole in the ceiling
and the landing.
Yeah. So there was two options we gave you. My initial instinct when we first came into the house, I like symmetry. I like things to flow, and I thought when you walk in, it would be nice to have the stairs in the middle. Now, Dave's concept or idea was he'd rather have them tucked away in the corner.
I felt they were too intrusive and broke the room up too much. You lost the benefit of having the open plan.
Yeah.
You'd have to be constantly walking around them all the time.
Yes. So the decision was
you come over to my way of thinking.
Almost unanimous, right?
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Put them in the corner.
Unanimous.
Unanimous.
The decision was almost unanimous.
Yeah.
Just such a really silly word for a Welsh person.
That's English for you.
Unanimous. Was there another word?
Yeah,
Thesaurus. So anyway, most of you guys said that you agreed with Dave in the sense that if we want to have an open plan feel up here, it would be silly to put the stairs in the middle.
Well, I think, because you're not really going to use this space for anything anyway. If we put the stairs in the corner,
I would have put a little desk, like a library. But
you can still do that somewhere else.
But what you're doing then is you are breaking it up. So other people said in the comments, if you want to break it up, so you've clearly got the kitchen, the dining room and the living room there, and maybe a desk working area there, then put the stairs in the middle. But the majority of people said put the stairs in the corner, and then you've got this big open plan space for the dogs to run around.
It's just easier to move about as well.
Because the main reason we thought of doing open plan was because of the dogs.
Yeah, they don't fare well in small rooms, do they? They like to dash about and jump over the top of things.
Bran,
he's too clumsy.
Bran's not got great spatial awareness.
He doesn't realise he's big.
And when he reverses and we make a beep, beep,
yeah, and he knows we're making fun of him. He gives us a dirty look.
Because he's so big. If he's by the bed, he can't turn around, so he has to reverse. So we started this thing where we go beep, beep, beep.
Back that truck up.
Yeah. So we've got this big open plan space now, essentially for the dogs to run around. And they don't like change.
No.
So
Border collies for you.
Anyway, so
Tom's raised by border collies, so he's the same.
He's essentially part border collie. So anyway, this was the final plan for the top floor. Based on what we decided last week. So I scaled this one by 4, so it's times 4. And then we started to talk about the main reason for doing this layout and this plan is so that Dave knows where everything goes and where switches will need to be.
Yeah, this way you don't forget stuff. There's no good plasterboard in a wall and then going, I needed to put some wiring in there, which is easy to do if you're not working off of plans. If it's all there, you can follow it, do your first fix, second fix, get everything in, all your plumbing, all your electrics in. Also, you need to account for, in your measurements, the thickness of the framing for the walls, the metal framing. Stud wall. If we're studding away from the wall to put insulation in, then plasterboard, you have to allow that 6 centimetres thickness added on, and then if you're building walls, which we'll come to downstairs, you have to allow for the thickness of the walls because, walls aren't made out of thin pencil lines, they're made out of solid material.
which I didn't know until we had
You
that
don't
conversation.
think about it. If you're just drawing, you don't think about it.
But it's good that we're doing these drawings and then we can have these conversations. Otherwise, we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So that was the initial plan. And then this is sort of a bit more well thought out. Like we've given stuff a lot more thought. So, for example, someone said in the comments last week about how we're going to finish the stairs, and we don't like the idea of banisters.
No.
And we talked
They collect
about
dust and
they
dog
collect
hair and
dust,
stuff.
dog hair. So actually, if you
And they're quite, when they're freestanding like that, it doesn't take long before they get a bit
It's quite
loose. They
wobbly.
always get a bit
if
loose.
Bran starts
Bran
bashing
will bash
into
into it
it,
with his
and then
big
it'll
bottom.
fall over.
Yeah, it'll just ram through it.
So we're gonna create a sort of waist
stud
high
wall, really.
wall here, so then dust and dog hair won't go on the actual stairs.
And also, it will just disappear. If it's the same colour as the wall, it will just disappear.
You won't even notice the stairs. So that's the plan with that. So that was a really nice thing to sort of figure out when we were chatting. And then we know exactly like the distances that we need for the couch from the television and the fire.
Yeah,
so
talk about the TV, moving the TV.
So it was really important for us to move the television. At the moment, it's around here.
Because we only had a small television before.
Which is already too close.
But it was getting too hot.
It is too close to the fire. So we're getting rid of the window here, and the television's going to go closer.
We're going to make like a media wall sort of thing with the stereo and the PlayStation
and entertainment station.
Entertainment station. Is that what it's called?
I didn't think I would be excited about it, but now we have the new telly.
Yeah.
I'm quite excited about the entertainment station.
Yeah,
the area, the film, cinema area.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Gaming area.
For Dave. But I think Dave's still planning on getting me into gaming, although it's not happened yet.
After 11 years, I don't want to give up.
Maybe I just need to find the right game.
Well, I've got perfect games for you, but you're not interested.
Maybe there's something like you can create clothes or fashion.
Yes, you can.
Game. Anyway, that's a different thing. So the fireplace, I ChatGPT'd it. Anything like that is plastic or any sort of material that could be damaged by heat needs to be at least 80 centimeters from the fire.
I think it's further than that, to be honest.
So this one is 1.25 meters, and ChatGPT said that should be fine.
Yeah.
We need to not be using this as some sort of
furnace. Get carried away. We get carried away with the fire. We get carried
away with the fire because it's so nice in winter.
It hasn't got a choke either, so it just burns uncontrolled and it just chucks out ridiculous heat.
We're probably going to get a new log burner.
We will get a new one, yeah.
And then we can control the heat a bit better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and a new pipe work with a choke in it so we can turn the flow down.
Okay.
Because that one is it's practically melted. It's got holes in it and it glows red.
Yeah. Yeah. So we need a new log burner. But this is our couch that we've always had. So this is like the first piece.
That's lasted well, hasn't it?
This is the first bit of furniture I ever bought when I had my 1-bedroom flat in Staleburns.
St Albans, you better explain that.
In St Albans. And it's IKEA, and I had to buy it on credit, and I ended up paying for this couch for 2 years. But it's still going strong. Yeah, it's IKEA.
We should just explain stale buns. So years ago, if you tried to type St Albans into anything, autocorrect always corrected it to stale buns.
Yeah, so we've just called it stale buns. St Albans is lovely.
It's a beautiful city.
But we just called it stale buns. So this is our couch, which we're going to keep, and I'm probably going to do a new cover for it, which I think will make a really nice how-to vlog, because loads of people have got this couch, and I've looked at covers that you buy and they're really expensive.
Right.
So if I can show people how to make covers for the IKEA sofa,
well, that'd be good, because there's wonderful fabric shops here.
Yeah, it would be good. And something hard wearing because of the dogs that you can put in the washing machine.
Yeah, it's basically a glorified dog bed at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
An oversized dog bed.
So we know what we're doing with that, and that, and that, and that. And then this is the kitchen. So we've gone with the U shape because people seem to like the U shape as opposed to just the L shape. And then
well, it's good because you've got all this free working area, and all of this is utilities
and storage.
Mm.
So the width of a kitchen countertop
60
is
centimetres or 600 millimetres.
60 centimeters. So when I was thinking about spaces and spaces in between, do you call them utilities? Like fridge, freezer,
No.
what are they called?
Appliances, that's the word I was looking for. Appliances.
Utilities,
It's Saturday
appliances.
morning, I'm confused.
Yeah, we ran out of coffee midweek, so it's like
Disaster.
we've just had a coffee. We just had a coffee this morning to make up for it. We've had 2 coffees, haven't we?
So in kitchens, you tend to be working in 60 centimetre squares because, a washing machine, a dishwasher,
Yeah.
they're all 60 centimetres
So
or fractions of.
So this was all new to me, and it's like my ever so slightly OCD is loving like measuring and this idea of everything being organized. So the concept was if you're looking at it, to the left of the fridge, to the left of the sink and the window, you have 60 centimeters, and that would be where the dishwasher is. Then I've been looking at different sinks and actually measuring different sinks, and obviously you can get all sorts. And the one I like is from Leroy Merlin, and
Leroy Merlin.
It's however you want to pronounce it. It's French, funnily enough.
Yeah.
But we wanted a double sink. Well, I wanted a double sink.
I like the double sink.
And I like the idea of having like a lot of space around the sink, because if you're cooking for lots of people, like from when we had the barbecues over the summer, I was thinking when Dolly was here and Josh, like they could do with like a lot of space for prep.
Do you remember in Stale Buns, the draining board mounting? Where we'd be doing washing up and it'd be all balanced.
It was like the tiniest
tiniest little space.
kitchen. I think my kitchen and my bathroom were the same size.
Tiny.
They were tiny.
Yeah.
It's a really small 1-bedroom flat. But I loved that flat.
I did love it there.
Was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice flat.
So we're going to have a big
drainer,
double sink with a drainer, and then you can obviously pile dishes on top of the dishwasher, and obviously then
we don't need to because we've got a dishwasher.
And then the dishes will go in the dishwasher, and then to the right of the sink, I don't know if that's 60 centimeters.
No, it'll be slightly bigger, I think, if I remember. Well, it depends on the sink.
No, it is. It's 1, 2, 4. So
right.
Okay. That's to there. Oh no, that's to the window. I don't know what that size is, but it's not 60. But that's okay. This is 60. This is 60, and then you've got the oven.
I don't know what measurement. It's just over, isn't it?
I've got it here. 70.
Well, that's in imperial because it's American.
Centimeters.
So, yeah.
So what's that?
I can't see.
76, yeah?
76, yeah.
So the oven is 76 centimeters. Then you've got 60 centimeters, and then you've got the fridge, which is 60 centimeters.
Yeah, so we can get standard units to fit in these bits.
And then you've got a space here, and we were trying to decide, do we put the lovely vintage antique Ercol dresser here, or do we put it in the hallway downstairs?
I vote downstairs.
I also vote downstairs, but we would like to know what you think in the comments.
I think this should just be a continuation of the same design.
I think this will be out of place in the more modern, finished kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love this dresser.
I love it as well. We're going to do quite a few vlogs.
These are going to be refinished at some point.
Yeah, on stripping down both the dresser and the Ercol table and chairs, and maybe we'll paint them in a colour, or maybe we'll just do
light. I just think a bit lighter.
Or a much lighter finish, but we'll see what you think in the...
I'll lose.
No, you won the last one. You got the stairs here. Yeah. But actually, I agree with you.
Agree now.
I changed my mind. So then you've got 60 centimetres here in this corner. You've got the window, and the surface area will keep going. And when the cafe closed, because we used to have a cafe here that was really popular, I got quite a few requests for catering, and I couldn't really conscientiously do catering in our kitchen with our dogs. But I think if we created like a really nice, proper kitchen, there's a potential for me to be able to do some catering work if I like put the dogs out. If it's a really nice, proper functioning kitchen, I think there's real potential for me to start being able to do like cakes and pastries.
Something else, sorry, changing the subject slightly. Higher cupboards. you decided that you weren't keen because they don't kind of really go with a vaulted ceiling, do they? Also, I don't know if you can reach the top shelf.
You can buy steps, Dave, for short people.
We've got some.
We're not shortest. You can buy. I've seen them in IKEA.
But you were
even.
saying you quite like the idea of shelves because you can do a floating shelf, can't you? Without
Or maybe so I've been obviously looking on Pinterest and pinning lots of pins for kitchen design, and my thoughts and feelings is that because it's a kitchen, a living room, a dining room, a cinema room, it's our living space. I want the kitchen to almost like blend.
I understand that. Yeah.
So like if it looks like a kitchen, it
looks like a student bedsit,
student bedsit. But if it's all like beautifully done and it's really nicely finished, it can be like this really clean living space.
Because you've got plenty of storage down the bottom, haven't you?
Yeah.
You have to have a tool cupboard here
to hide
the electric box. And possibly here because we were thinking of putting the water heater there. Although that's not 100% yet, it's about 90%.
We're back and forth about where to put the water heater.
Yeah, I think it's a good place to have it.
In the
corner. It'd be nice
there.
If we can disguise it though.
But that'll be like, I suppose if everything's white, you're not going to notice, are you?
No.
This is the thing.
But you could box it in.
That's something we need to decide.
That's another decision we need to make.
And obviously, all your comments are always really welcome because you guys are really helpful.
Yeah.
I found that with the gardening especially. All the comments were super helpful. So we've got a really good idea about what we're doing with the upstairs.
But you want to get it right first time because there's no good doing all that work and then having regrets. It just reminds me of that. You know when you see pictures of people with homemade tattoos and it says no regrets. So you don't want to do all of this and have regrets.
No regret. We don't want any regrets.
No regrets.
So also, just so the people know, we're having all new windows.
Yes, with shutters, built-in shutters.
And we're just pretty sure now as well. We've got these beautiful old wooden double doors here, but they're on their way out, aren't they?
Unfortunately, they're warping badly in the changes of climate.
Yeah.
Whereas as it's like long dry spells, it just goes like that, and then you can't shut them, and then you have to wait for it to get wet again for it to bend back.
So it's not like we didn't try and love them and
just completely warping out of shape.
Bring them back. It's like the door to the bathroom.
Oh, that's had it.
That's had it. But we've tried, but they're probably going to get replaced.
They're going to get replaced. Yeah.
Okay.